Key summary of the Psychology of Money, Timeless Lessons on Wealth, Greed, and Happiness by Morgan Housel. In The Psychology of Money, Morgan Housel teaches you how to have a better relationship with money and to make smarter financial decisions. Instead of pretending that humans are ROI optimizing machines, he shows you how your psychology can work for and against you. Key takeaways from this book. Theory isn't reality. As much as reading can inform us about what has happened in the past, like stock market crashes or how stocks gone up over time, learning about something in a book is very different from actually experiencing the event. Luck and risk. It's easy to convince yourself that your financial outcomes are determined entirely by the quality of your decisions and actions. But that's not always the case. You can make good decisions that lead to poor financial outcomes. And you can make bad decisions that lead to good financial outcomes. You have to account for the role of luck and risk. To mitigate the risk of overweighting the role of individual effort in determining outcomes, be cautious about the people who you admire and look down upon. Be cautious about the people who you admire and look down upon. Lessons from Warren Buffett. When it comes to money, someone will always have more of it than you. That's okay. It's fine to pursue more money, but don't start making risky bets that put what you have at risk for something that you don't need. Compounding is deceptively powerful. Getting money versus keeping money. Getting money and keeping money are two distinct skills. While getting money has risk-taking and hard work, keeping money is a different. It requires you to mitigate risk, avoid getting greedy, and to remember that things can be taken from you at any moment. Cash is not the enemy. If you are young and earn more than you spend, the best way to optimize your investment returns is to invest in a diversified portfolio. Holding more than a few percentage points of your net worth in cash is silly because the value of cash erodes with inflation. That cash can otherwise be put into assets like stocks that historically have compounded at a rate of 6 to 7%. Long tails. The investment decisions you make on 99% of days don't matter, it's the decisions you make on a small number of days when something happening. Warren Buffett has owned 400 to 500 stocks during his life. He's made the majority of his money on 10 of them. Highest form of wealth. Having more control over your time is far more valuable than getting another 2% on your returns by working that impact your sleep. People buy mansions and fancy cars because they want respect and admiration from others. So buying impressive items to gain admiration and respect from others is a fool's pursuit. Being rich versus wealthy. If you're rich, you have a high current income. But being wealthy is something different. Wealth is not visible. Being rich offers less opportunities, but being wealthy provides you the flexibility of having more of the items you want, freedom and time. What's the optimal portfolio? The optimal portfolio is one that allows you to sleep at night. It allows you to generate reasonable returns, also control over your life. The difficulty of long-term financial planning. As humans, we tend to underestimate how much our personality and goals will change with time. This makes long-term financial planning hard. So when thinking about your investment strategy, try to account for the unknown. If you choose to invest and try to compound your wealth, there is a price. It's the ups and downs of market that take you on a ride. You need to be prepared to deal with the volatility and uncertainty. It's a part of the game you're playing. Pessimism is persuasive. Pessimism often sounds smarter and more persuasive than optimism. If something is not do well, it's easy to think that it will not do well. But you're choosing to invest, so you're optimistic that the future will be better than today. So keep in mind the seductiveness of pessimism whilst being aware it's optimism that drives returns. People make financial decisions they regret, and they often do so with scare information and without logic. The author mentions that investors innocently take cues from other investors who are playing a different game than they are. If you want to do better as an investor, the single most powerful thing that you can do is increase the time horizon. Start saving even if you don't have any specific goals for purchase, but in future you may get an opportunity which is no-brainer. Start saving even if you don't have any specific goals for purchase, but in future you may get an opportunity which is no-brainer.